If you enjoy the content on this channel, please like and subscribe. Hustlers is a 2019 American crime comedy drama film written and directed by Lorene Scafaria, based on the New York Magazine's 2015 article The Hustlers at Scores by Jessica Pressler. The film stars Constance Wu, Jennifer Lopez, Julia Stiles, Lili Reinhart, Keke Palmer, Lizzo and Cardi B. It follows a crew of New York City strippers who begin to steal money by drugging stock traders and CEOs who visit their clubs, then running up their credit cards. Lopez, who also served as a producer on the film through her Nuyorican Productions, alongside Jessica Elbaum, Will Ferrell and Adam McKay, through their Gloria Sanchez banner. First announced in February 2016, the film was originally set to be financed and distributed by Annapurna Pictures. However, amid financial trouble, Annapurna dropped the rights in October 2018. After SDX Entertainment picked them up, much of the cast joined that fall through the following spring, and filming took place in New York City from March to May 2019. Hustlers had its world premiere on September 7, 2019 at the Toronto International Film Festival and was theatrically released in the United States on September 13, 2019. The film received positive reviews from critics, with particular praise for Lopez's performance, which she received nominations at the Golden Globe, Critics' Choice and Screen Actors Guild Award ceremonies. The film would go on to gross $157.6 million worldwide, against a production budget of just $20.7 million. Hustlers was directed by Lorene Scafaria from the screenplay she wrote. Upon first receiving Scafaria's script, Gloria Sanchez Productions first had Martin Scorsese in mind to direct, while also considering Adam McKay. Producer Jessica Elbaum stated their initial approach was to send this to the people that we've seen make this type of movie in the past. After Scorsese and other directors passed on the project, producers ultimately gave it to Scafaria, who had refused to take on other directorial projects in hope of directing Hustlers. Scafaria convinced the producers to hire her as the director with a 2-minute sizzle reel she created to demonstrate her concept. Scafaria described the judgment that people have about strippers as a challenge in getting the film made. According to producer Elaine Goldsmith-Thomas, who was pitching Hustlers to a range of studios after Annapurna dropped it, the major studio execs were little more uncomfortable with the premise of the film. Everybody could see the commercial value of this movie, but they were like, can they just drug the bad guys? Can they just do it to people that really deserve it? After being chosen to direct, Scafaria spent 2 years casting for Hustlers. In August 2018, it was announced that Jennifer Lopez would star in the film. Lopez was Scafaria's first choice to play Ramona, stating, as soon as I was done, I realized, oh my god, Ramona is Jennifer Lopez. It has to be her. Lopez, who plays a veteran stripper in the film, began pole dance training with professional dancer and choreographer Joanna Sapaki 2.5 months before filming in preparation for a scene that Lopez is performing a major solo pole dance routine without a professional stand-in. Constance Wu joined the cast in October after putting herself on tape, noting, I knew my resume at that point and I didn't have anything that would indicate that I could pull off this type of role. Scafaria had the idea to cast Cardi B, a former stripper, in the film, prompting Lopez to convince her to join the project. Lopez said, I knew that she would be better than any of us. I told her she had to do it and I wasn't going to take no for an answer. The soundtrack from Hustlers features a list of songs ranging from late 1990s R&B dance music, indie pop to classical interludes. Scafaria explained, I thought of the film as a musical. The songs themselves were telling the story. Most of the music choices were also written into the script. I'd obviously imagined scenes to these songs, and we shot to these songs, but you never know if you're going to get the rights to the actual song you want to use. The film deliberately does not feature any songs from the catalogues of Jennifer Lopez, Lizzo or Cardi B, as all of them star in the actual film itself. And Scafaria deliberately did this on purpose to make sure their own cast members didn't have their songs featured. Some trivia notes. Constance Wu made $600 on her first night undercover as a stripper doing lap dances and stripping. Lorene Scafaria had written singer Usher into the script without being sure if he'd be interested. Happily, he was interested and even brought his own chains, shades and jackets from 2007 and 8 for the scene. Cameos by Usher, Lizzo and Cardi B were all filmed on the same day. Cardi B, who was an actual stripper before getting into the music industry, told Entertainment Tonight she was really upset that getting breast implants and liposuction before filming threw a wrench into her plans to show the director and cast all her stripper and pole dancing moves on set. She would also admit to illegally drugging and robbing men in the early stages of her own stripping career, which coincidentally is the film's subject revolves around. Now, Hustlers is a film that falls into the category of movies I would describe as just okay. While it certainly has its moments and unique premise, it left me with mixed feelings rather than a resounding endorsement. One of the film's strengths lies in its good performances. I've never been an out-and-out Jennifer Lopez fan, but she does turn out a good performance in this film, one of her best in ages, and I think Constance Wu is also very good in the role. You can see Lopez really worked hard for this role and really tried to make it her own. She's just not, for me, a natural actress, and sometimes trying is just not enough. What I did find fascinating was the film's exploration of the financial crisis and its impact on the strip club industry, and it offered a fresh and interesting perspective on that. The economic backdrop added depth to the plot and provided a socio-economic context that elevated the film beyond a simple crime drama. However, the narrative at times just felt uneven, with pacing issues that left me wanting more consistency in the storytelling. Look, the use of flashbacks and interviews to tell the story was an interesting choice, but it occasionally disrupted the flow of the film. While this technique provided insights into the characters' motivations, it also created a disjointed viewing experience for me that made it challenging to fully engage with the unfolding events happening in real time. Furthermore, the film's attempts to blend genres, incorporating elements of crime, drama, and comedy, didn't always hit the mark for me. The comedic moments sometimes felt a bit forced, detracting from the more serious themes the film was trying to explore. I did, however, love the soundtrack. It features a mix of popular hits from the early 2000s, adding a nostalgic touch and complemented the atmosphere of the film. The film, though, of course, does, however, rely on this music a bit too much to invoke emotions, rather than letting the story do that and letting the characters speak for themselves. Look, at the end of the day, Hustlers has its merits, but it just left me with the sense that it could have been so much more. Now, while it succeeds in shedding light on the unique and intriguing story, the execution for me just fell short of delivering a truly compelling cinematic experience. Overall, this is a film that falls into the realm of mediocrity, offering moments of entertainment but ultimately failing to leave a lasting impression. The film attempts to balance themes of empowerment and exploitation. While some might appreciate the portrayal of the protagonists taking control of their financial situations, I felt uncomfortable with the characters' actions, especially considering the illegal and unethical nature of their activities. At the end of the day, I find it hard to sympathize with characters engaged in criminal behavior, albeit they are stealing from the rich, as it were, and the industry is very tough, and these ladies are treated horribly at times. At the end of the day, a crime is a crime, and you can't justify the way they go about it. Look, all in all, Hustlers makes some very good valid points, and there's many aspects to the film that I really thoroughly enjoyed, but I find myself just fundamentally not enjoying the overall movie experience as much as I thought I would. Hustlers gets a 6.5 out of 10.